After finishing a 10-day surf school in Bali, Indonesia, I flew to Perth, Australia. When I booked my initial flight to Indonesia, I saw that tickets were only $200 and the flight was 2 hours to get from Bali to Perth. I'd never been to Australia before, so of course I decided to go and rent a camper van.
So as you can see, all your kitchen equipment's here: plates, cups, mugs, cutlery, cooking utensils, pots and pans. Everything you need to cook and eat with is all there ready to go. Little gas cooker down here, lock it in, and then boom, we have fire. Obviously you wouldn't do it in here because you'll burn the place down. Just make sure whenever you're finished, that's off, that's up, and the can is loose.
Okay.
Then at least that way no gas can accidentally leak into the bus and get you a bit la-di-da without you knowing. Your sink is just a pump sink, so when you want water, you just got to pump it. That water will just leak out the bottom here. You don't have to collect that. That'll just go onto the road or into the dirt wherever you're parked up. Esky here, we know how one of these work. Put your ice in there. It'll keep the important stuff like beer cold. Down here we've got your jack and tools in case you get the flat tire, and fingers crossed you never need it. A fire extinguisher here as well. Sleeping bags, pillows, towels and sheets for you. Just under here is your extension cord for power, hose for water. This is the leg for your inside table. So this is your inside table here. So the leg just pokes into the bottom and into the floor. Yellow clip here. And then there's also a clip like this in the middle of the seat. You just click that clip like that. This folds down. This will hook up here if you need it to. But otherwise, batteries here, dipsticks here to check oil. Do we know how to read one of these?
Yeah.
I trust you, you're very confident. On at the moment, so as we know, you can't drive with the handbrake on.
Yeah.
Sorry I say that, but someone tries at least once a week. Make sure it's in gear. There's a button on the back, twist, push in. One here is for your fuel tank. This one here is for the bonnet. Once on your trip, if you get to a powered site, just plug in. As soon as you plug in, it automatically recharges. You don't have to flick any switches. Overnight will fully charge you up. And like I said, if you need to use that power point that was in the corner, you've got to be plugged into here.
Okay, and then do I take the extension cord?
Yeah, just the extension cord, plug it in, and then at the campsite, just plug it into the power spot. Yep.
Okay, so I finally made it to Australia. I've been wanting to come here since 2013. I'm in Western Australia. I'm in Perth. I just picked up my rental van from Travelers Autobarn. They're in Japan, US, Australia. I can't remember where else. I'll link them down below. Only in certain cities though. Got a bed in the back or cushions. And right now it's the perfect weather. It's 70 degrees Fahrenheit, which I think is 20 degrees Celsius. Perfect. It's fall here. I was supposed to go to Rottnest Island and see all those cute creatures, but my flight got in 3 hours late this morning, and I had to Uber here to get the van because they close at 5. And then I was supposed to be half an hour early to the ferry, and it just didn't happen. So I'm trying to reschedule that in the process of it. Trying to find a place to stay tonight. I had planned on driving further south, but that's not going to happen now. I'm winging it, which was the plan before, just kind of a loose itinerary, and go to a surf shop and see if I can rent a board for the week. Otherwise, my secondary plan is to buy one off of Facebook Marketplace because there's some cheap foam boards that people are selling, and then I'll just donate it to a charity shop or like a thrift shop when I leave. And this is a stick, which I'm used to driving with my old Jeep, but I've never driven on the left side of the road, nor have I shifted on the left or driven on the right. So it's a little bit getting used to. I've driven maybe half a mile away from the rental place. Plans. I'm going to do Rottnest Island early tomorrow morning, I guess, and then I just booked on HipCamp. My first booking with HipCamp. It's a an app where people rent out their land for camping spots. It's actually pretty cool. And I rented a place, and so I'm just gonna grab some essentials for the campsite because it doesn't have anything. And I need to find something to go to the bathroom in. I just get a cheap plastic bucket. At home, I have a bucket that has a toilet seat on it. It's sold by REI. I've stopped at Woolworths because I know Woolworths is a grocery store. That's the only Australian grocery store I know. And then I'm going to go to this place called the Reject Shop. It's a discount shop, I guess. So I'm gonna see what they have. So I can't find ice anywhere. The teenage cashier told me to check out I thought she said Stravas. I don't need any tonight. It's supposed to be cooler tonight. I put the fruit into the cooler ice box. They call it an ice box here. But it's contained, and they are having a mice issue right now in Western Australia, which they call WA. And so they said contain everything. So I got this cheap plastic tote bin thing that closes, and I'll just donate it to the next person. A really cool thing they had at the Travelers Autobarn was they had leftovers from people, just leftover cooking spray, toilet paper, things like that you could use. So whatever I have left over, I'll just donate. Again, I'm gonna head to the campsite, I guess. I'm getting some fresh eggs from the people. Kangaroos. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. This is a campsite. Oh. Well, I was an idiot and got myself stuck trying to turn around. I'd put some wood down because there's some firewood over there. Put it underneath, but tried several times. And then the owner came out and said he'd tow me after dinner with his 4-wheel drive. I am such an idiot. I cannot believe I did this to myself. Okay, at least we have my little camping lights. My mom got me a few years ago. These are just USB powered. So you just charge it up. I've taken them camping before. Just a nice little homey touch. Like super stressed out today with the flight being late and then me missing my Not Nest Island ferry excursion, and now this, and not getting any sleep last night in the pod hotel. Check out that video below. Not having anything to eat until like 1 o'clock. My nerves are pretty jittery, so hopefully we can get this unstuck, and I'm just gonna go to bed. It's already dark and okay, the van is unstuck. The guy was so nice. He came back from dinner and got his big rig out. It was a Toyota something. It's not something they have in the US, but anyway, he hooked up the rope, or the I can't think of the word, but it's a big thick strap. I have one. I should know what it's called. But anyway, he hooked it up and then pulled it out, and then I just floored it. Anyway, we got it out. And then he gave me some suggestions on stuff to see down south. So Australians here are so nice. Such a breath of fresh air than the Australian tourists in Bali. Actually, so my first impressions of course, this is one small part of the country. This place in Western Australia, this part of Western Australia in Perth, reminds me of where my mom grew up and where my grandma lived in eastern Washington state. It's kind of desert, prairie mixture, really dry. Some scrub trees as well as some... anyway, I like it here. It was cool seeing the kangaroos as well. And we'll not be taking any risks with the van for this rest of this trip. All right, it's been an interesting first day in Australia. Of course, I got stuck, and an Australian helped me out because, yeah, it's really nice people here, this part of Australia. Thanks for watching.